I had sleeve gastrectomy surgery in January of 2012, so that's about 3.5 years ago, and I have lost and kept off 130 pounds.
I ended up deciding that I was going to do the gastric sleeve, and you end up with basically a banana-shaped stomach that can hold 3 to 4 ounces of food.
We're going to take that big stomach and we're going to put a calibrating tube down the inside edge, and we're going to cut away all the excess. That calibration tube's about 1 inch across. So think of your stomach being about 12 inches long and about 1 inch across, and so we take about 80–85% of the stomach out. So it limits volume, how fast you can eat.
It reduces your size of your stomach from a fully inflated football for normal people after Thanksgiving dinner to the size of a banana for me now, permanently.
The second benefit is that big portion of the stomach that we're cutting and getting rid of. It produces a hormone called ghrelin, which is one of our hunger hormones. And because of that, weight loss is a little bit easier. And typically, people are losing about 70–80% of their excess weight, so 100 pounds, 70–80 pounds, in about 1 year to 1.5 years. So it is pretty quick.
My surgeon told me that they'd also done a hiatal hernia repair while he was in there. It produced more pain in recovery than the sleeve part, but I did have pain, and I had morphine injected into my IV that first day, as often as I could get it. So I was kind of out of it the first day.
The sleeve went from being very few procedures 10 years ago to finally surpassing all the other procedures this year. I think it's 51% as far as popularity of what people are getting in the United States.
The doctors remind me that I was up walking the halls, because they do make you walk the halls with the walker. By Tuesday, I was sitting up in bed. I still was having the pain meds, but I remember doctors coming in to see me, and they both remarked on how fantastic I looked. And the surgeon was thrilled with how I was doing. And then I went home on Wednesday, and literally by Thursday, I was not taking any pain. They had sent me home with pain meds, but no pain meds, not even Tylenol.
Probably the biggest thing that goes along with it is you have to change how you eat and your lifestyle, meaning you have to chew your food, so we tell them 25 times. You have to essentially puree it like baby food before you swallow it.
So you'll just learn to chew more, eat less, but eat more frequent. So I would eat 5 to 6 times a day, small portions, almost every 2.5 hours.
If you choose not to do that, you're going to be uncomfortable and/or throwing up. So it doesn't negotiate with you. If you do it after the 10th bite, you're stopped after the 10th bite. So that's a compromise people have to make.
When I would eat more than I ought to, and this is now 3 to 5 months out, that was a feeling that you're sweating, you're uncomfortable, there's no solution.
The weight loss right after surgery was not what I expected. It was slow for me. I can't remember. Maybe I lost 13 pounds in the first month, and I was freaked out. And it did start coming off, but for me it was gradual. It was 1.5, 2 pounds a week, which doesn't sound like a lot, but over the course of a year, that's 100 pounds. So, and that's kind of how it went.
I thought the process of healing teaches you a great deal, because over time, every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks, you're able to expand what you were able to eat, the quantity and the texture as well.
But it doesn't change the way your body metabolizes food. You can eat the same foods that you eat now, pretty much. You can enjoy a cocktail, a glass of wine, all things that with a gastric bypass were described as not being available options.
It sure is a tremendous Kickstarter. You can mail in that weight loss for the first 6 months. It's what you do after you've healed, because you become normal again.
I'm thrilled. Things work out the way they're supposed to. People say to me, "Don't you wish you had done this 20 years ago?" And I say, 20 years ago, they didn't have the sleeves. So things work out the way they're supposed to. And for me, this has been just a life-changing, life-saving procedure.